Hey guys, welcome to Guy for Gaming TV, and welcome to another game review. Today we are looking at YLands. Yep, another wee survival game. You can either play co-op, multiplayer, or solo. At the minute, I'm playing solo, because that's how I like my survival games. Nobody bugging me and messing me about. Now, big thanks to Bohemia Interactive, who sent me this game. I think it is 12 to 15 quid on Steam. There was a wee offer on the for its first release. As you can see, the graphics are quite quirky, but I really like it. It's pretty cool. And it is procedurally generated, so I obviously am on this little island here. Now, it is a big map. As you can see, I've been adventuring. That is as far north as I can get, so I'm at the top of the map. It isn't very wide, which I'm hoping they are going to change in future patches. That's about as far east as I can get, if I remember rightly. And then you can only maybe go to about here or here to the west side. So it isn't very wide, but it is long. You see, I've gone all the way down here and found nothing. So I need to go to the west and go down that way and see what I can see. So it's fairly long. They just need to make it a bit wider, but I think they are planning on doing that in the future. On these ones, I think it says there's something like 8 to maybe 15 islands you can find, which is pretty cool. So they're all procedurally generated, the locations, the islands and everything, and they all have different biomes on, or at least most of them have different biomes on. And they all have their own dangers, so if we get my sword out and rock on down this way. So you see, there's plenty of stuff you can pick, and they all do different things. There'll be like food, there'll be stuff for grass, hay, all the essentials there for surviving and building. You can lob all the trees down, carve all the rocks, and you can actually dig into the ground and mine and stuff like that. So over here. You know what I mean? So it's all deformable, and you can actually put the dirt back down and create more land. So it's, I suppose it's voxel based terrain, which is pretty cool. You've got your deposits here. It's your mine out, so that's clay. And then I think the one over here is iron. Yeah, there's a wee bunny rabbit, look. So to survive, pretty much like any other survival game, you've got berries to eat, you've got animals you can eat, you've got sea creatures you can get at to eat as well. So the survival aspect of it is pretty cool, to be honest. You've got your feathers and things, you've got eggs. If you look over there into the distance, you can see a horse. Yep, you can actually tame the horses and ride them. I think you have to feed them. There's a wee wild boar you can get. And there we go. So there you go. You get the meat and the hide. There are random things lying around the islands as well, which is pretty cool to find. I think if you look at my Twitter, I think I put up a post that was like a Castaway sort of nod, which is really cool. So there are random things knocking about that you can find, get to, so it is worth exploring on these islands. There are caves on the island you can go down and find special stuff. I've actually knocked off all the predators on this bit anyways, because I was round here just before I saved last time, knocking them all off for food. What's this lead over here? Is that something? Yeah, there you go, there's a lion. So if I get the crossbow out, which I'm not sure why that's not on there. You can actually go first person as well in this game. Come on. He will come back late, so. Oh, there he is. He's down. So as you see, there are predators about, but I have iron armor on, so I'm not too bad, to be honest. I have a lot of roasted meat that I don't need to eat any raw. So as I say, the graphics are, I won't say an acquired taste, they're quite quirky, but I like them. They are gorgeous. Like, the reflections of the water are absolutely stunning if you get it on a sunset or a sunrise. I do have a few pictures, I think, of some of that. If I remember, I'll try and put them in the video. And it's absolutely gorgeous looking. They do have a few problems with physics, so this game is in alpha, I think. Well, it's early access on Steam anyways. So the water physics are a little bit dodgy at the minute. If you look over here, try and get that down so it should replace it. So the water should go over that when it's down far enough, which it does, but sometimes it doesn't. As you see, there's still artifacts inside, as if there's like another water plane there. Some areas which I'll show you back at the base are a little goofed as well with the water, but all in all it's pretty good. There's a lot you can do creation wise. It is really heavily into building and making your own stuff, which I actually really like. I think it's cool. Oops, I went into a tree. So there's crabs and all that which you can get meat from, urchins and just all sorts of stuff. In the shells you can get your dyes from. You can even kill the birds that are flying around and eat them. So as I said, there's plenty of food sources about. You don't need to drink water, which I find a little weird. Whether they're going to add that in the future or not, I don't know. I need to actually have a look at the roadmap and see what the score is. But I will go through all that in another video for this. I will maybe do a let's play on this. If you want to see that, let us know. It's not really a massively grindy game, which is good, I suppose, for let's plays. But it can be a little tedious sometimes, especially building these houses. You need a lot of wood. You see, I've got all my forges and all that sort of stuff over here. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. But let's see, you've got my little farm going there. Now all this is reclaimed land or flattened land or whatnot. But you see over here, you see how it. See how there's a bit of a dip. That's actually not too bad. You see how the water's got that like line to it, just across there. Well, that is due to a couple of things. One, I was trying to get my boat out of here because I accidentally made it here. It wasn't deep enough, so I blew a hole in it. And as you see, there is some bocce parts in here because it's just not gone in it properly. And all this land seemed to pop above the water as well and stuff. So again, the water in that, I suppose, is a good work in progress. They are getting there with it, and it has masses of potential. You just need to bear with it, to be honest. But it is still worth a good buy. It is a good crack. Here's a really good example as well out here. Look, I was digging there to get the ship out because I built it in this little thing here and I couldn't get it out. So I dug all of this out, look, and it's made this dent in the water as well. It's not quite level. I suppose it makes it easier for me to find the hole to get my ship in the night light, but in the minute I've just left it out here. There are sharks in the water, so it isn't safe just to swim around everywhere. Now this is a simple, it's not the simplest boat. If you look at the crafting charts, there's a lot you can build, a lot. And this is even everything. There's like steam engines and more technical stuff than what I've got here. So there is a lot to go through. The one thing I would say is they need to simplify this a little bit more. There's nothing for your mechanical bits. All these up here, like furniture and stuff, if you go through, there's nothing for your forges and stuff like that. So I think they could either do with a tab for placeables, like your barrels, shelves, your forges, all that stuff, or a tab for crafting would be a good one. I think that could do with being added, to be fair. I think that'll be really handy. But as you can see here, there's a lot you can build from. Oh no, what's this key items one? Yeah, that's not a bad one. That's the key items. I never spotted that before, to be fair. So that'll help you, get on with what is required. Which is actually quite handy, to be fair. I never noticed that before. That was my bad. So that's not a bad one. I have most of that, to be fair, at the minute. There's a few things I don't have. But as you can see, there's like locksmith's tables. There's energy workbenches, so there is power in the game as well. You can dye your stuff, your ship, all that sort of things. You can make technical stuff, which is cool. So let's have a look. So you could do, tell you what, you could do like a raft. You could do your little boat, and then you have a couple of different parts of ships. So you have a large ship and a normal ship. You can also do the hulls as well, and probably build your own, stuff in between. So even on these ones, this just came as a hull of a ship, and I built everything on top. It's not quite centered because I was having a lot of trouble with placing stuff on the ship. There's a wee bit of a physics problem at the moment. The masts eventually were centered after a little bit of playing around, but obviously this lot wasn't, so I couldn't bother taking it up again. But this is my little adventuring ship. So you can bring a winch up, drop the anchor down, which is pretty cool. The anchor. So yeah, it is pretty cool. And let's see, there's someone up there you need to get to have a little nosy at, but the islands are actually really well done. As I say, it's not like the highest fidelity game in the world, but just the way it's done is gorgeous. I really do like it. You can choose from male and female, and there's a couple of different heads and hairstyles and stuff. Nothing major at the moment. One thing I would say is, at the beginning when you're using this sails and the wind powered stuff, they need to do something about the wind. 90% of the time it's blowing in the wrong direction, usually the opposite direction, so you don't go very quick. I've got 2 masts on this so that my minimum speed is a little quicker, but this should really, the mast should be able to spin to a certain extent to pick up the wind as best it can, obviously not when it's blowing at you, but at angles it should be able to pick it up a lot better, but these are just fixed to that position. But maybe in the future they'll do that, and then obviously you've got to get to the engines and all that sort of stuff. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down there, and the reflections off the water is absolutely gorgeous. Look, it really is a beautiful, beautiful game. We'll swim back along here. Hopefully without a shark chasing me. So yeah, I'm gonna try and sort all this out and build a mooring point, all that sort of stuff for the boat. But at the minute, I'll probably try and make a land bridge to go out so far. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, this is near where I actually started on this island. I found a fairly flat area, so I just modified it and got everything I needed, and then started building my house. There was no predators near here, so that was good. As you see, you can build it out of whatever you want. This is just a very simple log cabin, but you could build huge stone buildings, steel buildings, brick. You know, the choices are pretty endless for what you can build. So the roof was a bit of a pain for me to do, but I got it done. I quite like it by the end. This, I'm still thinking of what I had an idea of what I wanted to do with that, but I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it yet. So most of these trees that are actually near the house I planted myself, because obviously when you cut trees down, you'll get your wood and all that stuff. As you can see, there's a lot down here planted. I've cut up, and you'll get seeds, so you can plant more trees, which is really handy. In multiplayer, I would recommend that if you are taking resources, please replant it, because there are points where people just clear the entire island of something, and it really cocks up stuff for people coming along or starting again. You know, because there might not be any cotton left on the island or any flax or something, so it can delay them. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, please replenish your resources once you've taken them. Thank you. But I'm really enjoying it, guys. If you like a survival game that's, I won't say simple, it does have a bit of a learning curve, and it can be difficult at times, especially if you get caught out by a predator, because then things will catch you in no time. I would highly recommend this game. It's brilliant fun. Nice, relaxing construction game. One thing I would like in the survival aspect of it is if they want to add it to water, not too bothered about that, but something to represent your food, your hunger. And the minute all I know is when it says I'm hungry, dead on. But there's nothing to say how much each thing gives you and how long it'll last. So I'm actually running low on food supplies here. But like, you can do roasted fruits. In fact, I'll show you here. You can do roasted fruits, roasted vegetables, make your own bread. There's meat slices, there's proper meat, there's boiled eggs, but there's nothing to say how much of your hunger these are filling. So you might eat a spud, 10 minutes later it might say you're hungry again. Right? Fair enough. It's only a potato. But you might eat a piece of roasted meat and you might be good for half an hour, 40 minutes. You don't know. So it would be nice to know this thing so that you can sort of sort your supplies out for a journey. Say I'm going on my ship to explore, find some islands. If I know I've got 6 pieces of meat on there, that's going to last me maybe 4 or 5 hours. Or if I've got like 16 spuds, it's going to last me 2 hours or something like that. It'd be nice to know that, just so you can plan your adventures a little easier. One thing I do like about this sort of stuff is, where are we? Wooden pieces. Put that there for now. All your stoves and all that need to be fed. So you chuck that in, and you light it. Awesome. And the same with all the needs as well. Everything needs a fire source, which I think is pretty cool, to be honest. And again, you can't light anything when it's raining, and there are some storms in this game, I tell you that. In fact, let's have a wee kip. So you can go through the night like this. You will get hungry, obviously, when you're asleep. As you see, I'm hungry, so we'll munch on that. Well, the night time is night. You know, it is pretty dark at night. You have this little ambient light around you. But it does get really, really dark, to the point where I wouldn't venture out without a light, because you might get eaten. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the day-night cycle is good. The skyboxes are pretty good. They are quite nice. The weather effects are pretty tremendous at the minute, to be fair. The sound effects are great. The thunder and lightning is pretty loud and makes you jump when it does thunder and stuff. But yeah, highly recommend it, guys. Keep an eye out for more videos on this. I will do some more review videos when I get further into the game, as new stuff is applied. But yeah, highly recommend it, guys. If you remember, I'll put a link to it down below, where you can get it from and stuff. And yeah, give it a try. That's all I'm going to say. Just give it a wee try. There's a mouse coming out again. So yeah, that is my review of YLands, guys. If you like it, please give us a thumbs up. Any comments, questions, chuck them down below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and take a look around my other media outlets, my Twitch, my Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you wish to build a PC that can run this or any game, there is an affiliate link down below for overclockers.co.uk. All my equipment is from there. They are a cracking company. The staff are great. Will help you any way they can, and the forums are pretty good as well. And the prices are competitive. So please, if you want to buy anything, use that link down below. It will help me greatly. And thank you for watching. I shall see you around.